I did not get that thing.
Uh,
I'm not.
we are live here.
We are not here.
Okay, so George can get doing that. Uh, Hello, everybody. We are setting up this live.
Hey, everyone.
Essentially, we are a couple of old men, so bear with us.
Hey, Joe Nathan. Hey, Magic Tricks 51. We're going to get started in just a second, and we're going to be talking about experts at the card table and anything else you want to talk about.
So many people with us already. This is incredible.
Yeah, rest in peace. Rest in power, James Randi. I met him once. We met him at the same time at Blackpool as well.
We did, yeah. What a wonderful guy. Did so much for so many. So
are we live on there?
We're almost live. We're going to go live on Josh's, what is that, Instagram?
Yeah, that's Instagram, Andy. It's a social media platform where people can spend time together, like each other's photos. You should check it out.
I should. That does sound like quite a friendly thing to do.
Yeah. Hey, Khalid.
We still have a minute or so until we officially go live.
Oh, Los Angeles. What's going on?
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Some incredible magic.
So if you're wondering why we are so close to each other in a pandemic, we've actually both been tested and we've been in a work bubble for about a month. So we're trying to do this responsibly. And hey, everybody. Oh, Khalid's there too. You're in both places.
And I think weirdly, this is
Magic Lou.
The closest we've been together in this whole month. But,
yeah.
We are completely safe and following every rule we can. Look at this. Our mutual friend, Manuel Lassar, is here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hi, Manuel. Manuel Lassar, for those who don't know, has the best open prediction trick I've ever seen, and published it in Talk About Tricks a long time ago. So you should check that out.
Michelle Hout is here.
Oh, great guy.
We love
the creator of Socks, the trick that so many of you do.
Which, in order to honor that, I've been wearing his socks. No, I wasn't wearing his socks.
We're so sorry that you guys had to see Andy's bare feet.
Yeah, I'm told it's some of the worst feet in Magic, which is slightly strange. Well, let's get going.
All right, great. So we're talking about experts at the card table. This came about because we miss organizing conventions, and we wanted to come up with something that we could bring everybody together with and share really good card magic. So not something that would be, just entirely accessible for free to everybody, but we could talk about real secrets. And so we put this together.
Yeah, and the truth is, this is basically based on real life, right? Whenever we travel somewhere, pretty much the first thing we do is seek out the best magicians in the area.
Yeah.
And we love Vegas. So when we had to choose somewhere to work from, we chose Vegas. And of course, in normal circumstances, we would be hanging out with every magician that we can in Vegas. But that wasn't to be this trip.
Yeah. But we put together an amazing lineup. So let me just tell you about the lineup, and then we'll start taking your questions. So ask away in the chats. It's Shin Lim. It's Jason England. Also included is a Jason England tour of his museum, and also included is Alan Ackerman doing a lecture of mostly all new stuff. So that's really cool.
Yeah, we've said for years how we really love Alan Ackerman and his magic, and he really is one of the first guys we try and meet up with when we're in Vegas. And when we emailed him to see whether he would do this, he sent us the longest list of killer material.
Yeah, I don't know how he's going to do it in 2 hours, but if he goes a little long, it's to everybody's benefit. So it's going to be a full day. You don't have to watch it all at once, but you have the option to watch it live and at once and interact and ask questions. And then you get the download that you can download and use forever. So let's take some questions.
Just while we're waiting for questions to come in, the interesting thing with when we have to do real life conventions, we have all sorts of things to think about that you would never normally think. Literally, I have had the chef of a hotel shouting at me because we overran by 5 minutes and he's getting all the food prepared. But this we can overrun as much as we need to, within reason. So if Alan needs to teach a few more tricks, then we are not going to stop him. We're going to let this thing go.
So let's get some questions in. I see Scott Kahn watching. Hey, Scott, what's up? I saw Steve Himmel was in earlier.
Yeah, Ben Hart is in as well.
Oh, Ben Hart.
What's
fabulous book.
We don't do these things very often, but to get so many vanishing creators and authors in to support us is so nice.
I see two questions. One is, how long do we plan to run the masterclass? So that brings up a good point. A lot of the people attending are masterclass subscribers. If you're not, it's the best value on our website. It's weekly lessons from some of the best magicians in the world. We weren't sure. We were going to do the first three. We called it kind of the season and then ended at that because we just didn't know if it would be interesting to people. It's been overwhelmingly a success. And so we have artists planned through the next 7 months or so. And it's a who's who of the greatest people in magic.
Yeah, these are people who don't normally do online lectures. And that's, I think, what we want this to be. We want to really reach out to the very best magicians you might not have heard from in a long time. And so we have really killer lineup coming up.
Bunch of questions. Let me try and answer them quickly. Somebody asked how much it costs. It's $75 for the whole day, which is less than any good magic convention with a lineup like that I know of. If you're a masterclass subscriber or you want to be a masterclass subscriber, it's half price. So if you join our monthly lessons, then it's half price, which is the best value. I saw somebody ask, is it beginner, intermediate, advanced? Do you want to tackle that one?
Yeah, we call it experts at the card table, but experts is actually talking about the people who will be lecturing. So you don't have to be an expert to attend. Actually, it's going to cover all areas. So I would say if you have a passion for card magic, then this is going to be absolutely worth watching. So yeah, don't be put off by the fact it's called experts. You don't have to be an expert, but we really have some great experts.
Benny Slade on Facebook is asking, hi from Atlanta. Hello, Benny. Could this turn into a monthly thing similar to Masterclass, perhaps different city, different cardman? Definitely not a monthly thing. Our monthly thing is Masterclass. And if you're not a part of that, you really should think about joining because I think it's the best value on our site and one of the best values in magic.
Yeah. Talking of mentioning authors, Harapan has a question actually. Before I do that, let's just jump back to the Masterclass then. Yeah, if you're not subscribed to Masterclass, but you want to get the discount for experts, you can just sign up to Masterclass now and then you'll get 50% off. Yeah, Harapan. Hi, Harapan. It's a really good question, one that I've been asked many times over the last few weeks. How did I manage to get into Vegas? Isn't it all locked down? Yeah, that was a fun process. Had to quarantine in Mexico for 2 weeks. Took all of the tests. We've done everything absolutely the right way to make sure that we are neither of us are at risks, and we are in a work bubble for well over a month actually.
Yeah, so we're doing it the safe way, and we obviously don't put any of the performers at risk. It's going to be we've rented a home here, and it's going to be a totally socially distant thing, so we could do this properly.
Yeah, and I specifically reached out for permission from the UK embassy, and we've actually done this with, we've got doctors involved to make sure that we're doing everything the right way. So we are in a good place.
Trying to be careful.
We really are. That's important.
So let's take a non-topic question just because it's come in. Have you ever been caught out by someone, mainly when you first started performing, and how do you deal with it? You want to take that one?
Yeah, and I think our views are probably quite different on this. My view is that if you get caught out, it's just a card trick. And I don't mean to dismiss magic in any way. Like, I just don't think we should stress too much. The risk to reward ratio is quite low, right? If you're just starting in magic, the reward of being able to do a trick and do a great job, which should always be the aim, is much, much more beneficial than the small risk of getting caught out.
Yeah, and I think that Andy's an excellent one to answer that question because he's caught out so much when he's doing his magic. I'd say his success rate is, nearing 50% now, which we're also pleased for him.
I'm really working hard towards that. I think I won't be there yet, but having been locked down for 6 months, you would have thought I'd have been all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my view, which is, be absolutely as great as you can, practice as much as you can, work on your magic as much as you can. But if you get busted, don't beat yourself up over it. Just use that as a way of learning how you can get better and improve those ways.
Now that we have all this free time, any tips on focusing to achieve a goal during this free time? Yeah, of course.
What's a girl?
A gurgle is me trying to read on a very small screen, very, very far away. Yeah, I mean, I think both of us can say we're both pretty involved in writing projects and performing projects, and of course running our business. Here comes one from Mitch. Do you think magicians need to adapt to an online platform from now on? What are some steps a new magician can do to start their first live show? I'm currently mentoring several young magicians, and they always ask me this question. Well, I certainly don't think magicians have to go virtual from now on, meaning forever. I mean, this will end. So I think that it's going to be a while, certainly 6 or 8 more months of virtual shows. And I think it's a learning curve for everybody.
Yeah, and I don't think the jumping to virtual shows is the only option for magicians. I think there are other ways, understandably, magicians need to find ways to earn money, but It doesn't just have to be virtual shows. I think just do what you feel like you can do best, basically. And yeah, and also I know this is a weird thing to say, but I don't think people should get too stressed about trying to be productive in this time either. I think work on your magic and do what you're enjoying right now. I think that's all we all need to do is take the make this fun.
Yeah, it was very compassionate.
It really was.
Do you have any other life tips for us? Like maybe just follow your dreams. How do you feel about following dreams?
Yeah, I think we should all follow it. But you know what I mean, though, right? I don't think we should put pressure on ourselves in a time like this. I think we should not stress ourselves.
Are you going through something? I mean, is this
Should I go?
No, I just want to make sure you're all right.
I think this might be my first ever live stream. Making me sad.
I don't want to make you sad. Everything all right?
I'm doing great.
I don't want you to ever feel pressure to do anything you don't want to do.
By the way, when Josh is nice to me, he will be allowed to sit on the sofa. Until that point, he will continue to be on the naughty floor.
Yeah.
Matthew just ordered from our website. That's very kind of you. Thank you, Matthew.
Okay, so somebody else was asking how long it's going to run. It's a good question.
The masterclass?
Yeah, the masterclass. So it starts at 12 Eastern time. That's 9 a.m. Vegas time where we are. And I believe that it ends at 6.
Yeah, it's a 6-hour event. So the format is that Josh and I will be kind of introducing the lecturers between the events, and then we're going to do a jam session, just the two of us. It will be a little bit more structured than this, and we'll be taking requests. People can fire out moves that they want some assistance with, and we can help out. But also, we'll have the performers here. So, if you want some help on a gambling move, then we'll have Jason England around. So maybe we can pull him in.
Yeah, this is really cool. So I've never seen this, and neither has Andy. Jason England has offered to show us his gambling museum, which I think is his magic den, the place that he keeps a lot of his contraptions, and he's going to take us on a tour there, which I think is super cool. I'm looking forward to that part.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I really am.
So let's take 3 more questions. Here comes one. Let me see. Let's get a good question.
This one doesn't count, but hey, Andy and Josh, what did I just stumble upon? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, thanks, Josh Ortiz. That's really nice. Means a lot to us when you support our site. We're trying very hard. Oh, they just ordered Luber's lens. You're going to enjoy it. It's an amazing optical illusion. Yeah, so while we're waiting for a couple last questions. Oh, it's my Aunt Pam is in here. Hi, Aunt Pam. Probably won't be at Experts at the Card Table Sunday, but that's okay.
Wasn't it
Shout out.
Pam's birthday?
It was. Shout out for her birthday, which was 2 days ago. No. Yeah, 2 days ago, I believe.
Happy birthday, Aunt Pam. I remembered. He didn't.
I did, because I called her.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Somebody said, what day is the, changing subject, what day is the tour with Jason England? Well, actually, everything is happening on Sunday, so that's when you can join in with that. And we'll do a Q&A with Jason about the museum afterwards, during the experts. So join in if you have some questions.
Okay, we've got one. Thoughts on the Jerks? Well, these were supposed to be on-topic questions. Thoughts on the Jerks? I think the Jerks is hilarious.
More than hilarious, though, right?
Yeah, an important voice in current events. Yeah, for sure.
I think the question is no more who was Ernest. I think it's who is the Jerks.
What is the website for the masterclass? Well, if you mean events or masterclass, it's all run through our website. So when you go there and you go into your account, you'll find detailed directions on where you're going. Are you filming the Boy Who Cried Magic promo?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons we're here. We have a really ambitious filming schedule, especially over the next week. And the Boy Who Cried Magic trailer, I think, is going to be really fun. It's several days filming for a 2-minute trailer, so hopefully it comes out really well.
The Peter Fabian, what would you like to know? He says, I'd like to hear about Andy's cardigan. What would you like to know about it? I mean, good quality. Looks like it keeps him sort of warm, so.
This is this cardigan's first outing. And
yeah.
I'm surprised it took so long to mention.
I'm overwhelmed with material and things to buy. What book would you recommend or trick? That's a great question from Steve James.
Sometimes the best book is one you already own, though, right? If you're overwhelmed with material, then maybe don't look at buying anything just yet. Just look at investing in the material you already own.
Yeah, and because we heard his name because he's in the chat, I'll also give a shout out to Ben Hart. We put out a book called Darkest Corners with Ben Hart, and it's sensational. And what's unusual about the book is that it's parlor material, which I think is something that makes it great. So look, we'll wrap up with one more question about experts at the card table, and then we'll let you guys go. So you like the fireplace in the back? This is our Airbnb. So yeah, there's many pictures of llamas around.
So weird.
Yeah, I think it's great, actually. I'm a big llama guy.
Are you really?
Yeah, you probably didn't know that about me.
No, I didn't know that about you.
Here's one from Mike D. What's your favorite magician or magicians that you guys looked up to growing up? Well, I'll start. The guy who we have for masterclass this month, Dave Williamson, is the guy I always name as my favorite magician. And it's not just growing up, but even now, he's kind of a magician's magician, but also so great for laymen. So he would be a guy I looked up to.
Yeah, I have so many, it's impossible to answer, I think. I used to love, as I still do, reading Marlowe books. As a kid, I would spend hours and hours every day digging into those books. So, yeah, it's an unanswerable question to me. However, one magician I guess we have to thank, if we're talking about whilst we were growing up, was Lance Burton.
Yeah.
Right here in Vegas.
That's how we met. We were on Lance Burton's Young Magicians Showcase, which was a TV show at the time when we were teenagers. And that's where we first met and kept in touch from there. And eventually it led to a partnership. Andi was sort of homeless at the time and just had a lot of weird issues going on. I went over to the UK and I said, let me help you out. Let me do something good for you and for magic.
Yeah. In fact, I don't even have a room in this Airbnb. I'm just sleeping on this sofa.
But Lance was great, and
yeah, and really inspiring for so many ways. Well, this has been really great. Thank you. It's good to see so many people on so many different platforms tuning in, and I really hope we get to see you at the Experts at the Card Table event, because we have a lot planned, and to be able to spend this much time in 2 hours with Alan Ackerman, seeing all this new material, and with Jason England and Shin Lim is doing some really cool moves that he's already shown us, and it's really excellent. So this is new stuff from most of these magicians, and
yeah.
Really
hey, before we go, just for fun, why don't I do a move that we're going to teach in Experts at the Card Table? So I'll do it for you now, and it's just a simple move, but it's a very useful control. And then we'll teach it in the event for anybody who decides to come. So just a reminder, October 25th, 12 o'clock Eastern time, $75 for the whole day. You don't get to just watch live, but then you get to download and keep it always. You can get all sorts of cool stuff from Shin Lim and others. So let me get these cards out that I need, and then we'll do this.
While you're doing that, Josh, there's a question I think you need to answer this one. In a foot race between Alan Ackerman, Jason England, Shin Lim, Andy Gladwin, who would win?
I mean, I don't know that we want to get into this, but it was a very big source of pride for me. Hey, Jonathan Cohen, good to see you here. It was a big source of pride for me because I always assumed I was the fastest person on the team. Andy doesn't really do a lot of running. And in short distances, what you need to know is he is faster than a meerkat. And he wins both in swimming and foot racing and most other things for a very short distance. Now, you get out more than about 30 feet and he has no stamina whatsoever, so he'll lose. And that's the only way anybody else on the team beats him, is to actually lengthen it out. But he is faster than you would expect.
That's a speeding bullet. Somebody just very quickly wants to know that the Experts at the Card Table will be downloadable. It will. So it's streamable live, and it will be downloadable.
Keep it and study it. We want you guys to learn from this, and we know you're not going to, I mean, there's probably 75 moves and tricks covered throughout the day. There's no way you could learn it all in real time. So
yeah, Chad Davis said we're killing it. Hopefully he doesn't mean the meerkat we were just talking about.
No, we love meerkats. Okay, I hope you can see this. The Four Kings. Here they are. Four Kings. Four Kings to this camera. We got 3 different streams running, so I'm trying to do this for everybody. What'll happen is that if somebody was here, they would say stop on a card, they would look at the card, they would remember the card, and then I would find everybody's card all at the same time. So please touch a card, and maybe they touch this one, and maybe this one, and maybe this one. So 3 different selections. Maybe you guys can kind of see them at home. You remember the first one, sir, and you remember the next one, ma'am, and And you remember the last one, sir. And of course, those 4 kings instantly find 3 cards, and those are the 3 selections.
Right.
And that's a really quick collector's type trick. It uses a move of mine called a discrete displacement, and I'm going to be going over that in detail with many other applications.
Yeah, I'm going to be talking about some of my palms that I've never published before. Not card palms.
Okay.
And then also a couple of controls as well. But the great thing about this format is that may change, right? If people want us to go in different directions, then we definitely will.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's October the 25th, this coming Sunday. It's 6 hours with Alan Ackerman, Shin Lim, Jason England, this guy, myself, and
some surprises too.
Yeah.
All right.
It's going to be really
Good.
fun.
We'll see you guys there. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we're going to start doing more of these because we want to chat with you
Yeah.
more often.
Goodbye.